So here's the latest from Newsweek. Could prescription drug costs change for Medicare users? Question mark. The experts weigh in. So here we go, folks. As President Donald Trump signed an executive order Monday that promises to drastically lower prescription drug prices in the U.S., Newsweek spoke with experts to find out what the new order will mean for those on Medicare. The executive order is aimed at a long-standing issue. Americans pay significantly more for prescription medications than consumers elsewhere, with branded drugs in the U.S. costing around 3 times more than those in other countries. Gerard Anderson, a professor at the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, told Newsweek, "Our published research shows that Americans pay on average 3 to 4 times more for brand name drugs than what people in other industrialized countries pay, and for some brand name drugs, it is 100 times more." The Trump administration said it would lower drug costs by tying them to the lowest price paid by any country in the world. The president said in a Truth Social post that the U.S. would no longer pay more than the nation that pays the lowest price anywhere in the world. The order could therefore reduce the cost of drugs used by millions of Americans on Medicare. However, whether the change in cost reaches Medicare recipients is another thing. Here's what the experts said. Who could see drop in drug costs under Medicare? Is a good question. Americans who use Medicare Plan B drugs could see a drop in costs. Meenal R. Patel, a professor at the School of Public Health, University of Michigan, told Newsweek, "This depends on whether the Trump administration revives a version of the 2020 Most Favored Nation policy proposal." Patel added, a policy that Trump's first administration previously tried and failed to implement following legal challenges. Trump said in a Truth Social post on Sunday that he would be instituting the policy. The revival of the policy would mean Medicare Part B payments for certain high-cost drugs are capped based on the lowest prices paid by other wealthy countries, which is typically much lower, Patel said. While this could lower drug costs for about 4 million Medicare beneficiaries who use Part B drugs, she added that it would affect most people on Medicare or anyone with Part D, employer, Medicaid, or marketplace coverage. The affected drugs would likely be typically physician-administered treatments for serious conditions like cancer, rheumatoid arthritis, or macular degeneration. Patel said, adding that these are high-cost medications used by about 7% of Medicare beneficiaries. Drugs filled at retail pharmacies under Medicare Part D, like insulin or blood pressure medications, would not be included, she said. And we move on now to how significant will change in drug costs be. Citing RAND's 2024 report, Jean Bay, a professor at the School of Global Public Health, New York University, told Newsweek that U.S. drug gross prices were on average 278% more expensive than the prices in the 33 other Organizations for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD countries. Given the fact this policy has a potential to substantially lower U.S. brand name drug prices covered by Part B, Bay said. However, she added this assumes that drug companies don't try to game the system. Drug companies could limit the impact of the order for recipients by delaying the launch of a new expensive drug in reference countries or pulling out of such countries altogether, Bay said. And Medicare Part B also only covers drugs that are administered in a physician's office or hospital rather than taken at home. So differences in costs seen by those on the Medicare program could be marginal. Bay also pointed to a study by Avalier, which found that less than 1% of seniors would have seen reduced out-of-pocket costs as a result of Trump's first-term rule, on which the new order appears to be based. And there you have it, folks. That is the latest, or at least the read from this Newsweek article entitled, "Could Prescription Drug Costs Change for Medicare Users?" as experts weigh in here. And I do want to point out that I am by no means a Medicare expert. However, I do take great interest in this topic and have fortunately connected with a great partner, Chapter. Chapter has already saved folks tremendous amounts of money. And I'll put it to you guys like this. This comment popped up yesterday, and the comment said, I need to check out the Medicare number, see if I can get something cheaper. And I would agree. It doesn't hurt to call. It's 100% free. And you can just ask the question, whether it be a question about the future of prescription drug prices on Medicare, or if there's a cheaper, better plan option out there for you. Whatever your question is, Chapter has a team of trained advisors, experts to help you, plain and simple. And to delay putting off an opportunity of saving money is not something that I would do. So I would pick up the phone and I would call Chapter as soon as I possibly could. And at the very least, you'll discover at the end of the phone call that there's no money that you could save on top of where you are right now. But the best case scenario is, yeah, you can save some money. And here's how to do it. The best case scenario is Chapter can give you information about the potential changes affecting Medicare prescription drug costs based on Trump's executive order. If I fell into that category, I would definitely make the call. And I can tell you guys right now, based on the folks who have come back with pleasant surprises, they all say the same thing. I wish I called Chapter sooner.